Okay, welcome to part 4 of this video series of me featuring my ticket stubs here on YouTube. Those of you who are fans of concerts that's come here in Michigan will appreciate this video series. Those of you who are not, just watch my other videos. Okay. Next concert I'm going to be talking about is George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic at the Royal Oak Music Theater back in 2007. That was, fairly recent. Excellent show. I had front row seats to this concert and I enjoyed myself immensely. This was one of the better George Clinton concerts that I've ever seen. And the really cool thing about this show is after the concert, I was able to meet a lot of the band members after the show. I met George after the show. I met George a couple of times. So it wasn't, like it was the first time meeting him, but it's always a pleasure hanging out with George Clinton. Met George. I met Ken Manning, the beautiful, beautiful Ken Manning after the show. Who else did I meet? Gary Snyder. I met some of the other singers, George Clinton singers at the show. I met Sir Nose, devoid of funk. I met him. Well, actually, the guy who plays Sir Nose. I met him after the show, and that was great. I just got a rare opportunity to hang out with P Funk. So this definitely was a concert that I will remember for the rest of my life. Okay, now this was an awesome show. This concert. This was fairly recent also. This was back in 2008. This is Danzig and I can't pronounce this band's name, this other band. Demi Bajor, whatever. One of those Norwegian black metal bands. Them, and it was a couple other bands here. They don't mention them here on the ticket stub. But this is an awesome concert. And I had front row to this concert. And those of you who've been to a Danzig concert and been front row to a Danzig concert know that you're gonna have to basically fight to keep yourself in front row at a Danzig concert. But it was great. And the cool thing about Danzig concerts is if you're front row, you get to give Danzig high fives. So I was giving Danzig, high fives and everything all night long. So that was awesome. That was really cool. And I also got some guitar picks from that concert too. Okay. This is another Steve Vai concert. As you guys can see, I've seen Steve Vai numerous times. He's one of my favorite guitar players. And this was back in, 2007. So it's kind of recent. Oh, this is the concert that I actually got a chance to meet Steve Vai and hang out with Steve Vai. Because he gave at this concert, this was part of his Evo concert, what do you call it, packages, where you get an opportunity to meet Steve Vai and you get an opportunity to watch the band rehearse and this and that and other. Those of you who've been to some of my MySpace pages will see the picture that I took of me and Steve Vai at the not State Theater, at the Royal Oak Music Theater. This was an awesome, awesome show. Got an opportunity to meet Steve Vai, hang out with him, ask some questions. So awesome. Okay, what else do we have here? Am I gonna have to do it part 5? Been to a lot of shows in my life, as you guys can see. Here's another Ozzy concert. This was Ozzy Osbourne at the Fox Theater. Awesome show. This was the new renovated Fox when they made it all super fancy and whatnot. This is back in 1992. Okay, now this concert brings back memories. This is Van Halen back in 1982. Back when David Lee Roth was in the band. Awesome show. I know you guys can't see this, but this was an awesome, awesome concert. Oh, now this one brings back memories too. It says Take the Day Off. This is Lollapalooza back in 1992. And let me see if I can remember the bands that played. I think I also almost lost my hearing at this concert. Um, Trying to think who was at this concert. I know the Red Hot Chili Peppers were there. Um, it wasn't Nine Inch Nails. It was Ministry. Ministry was there, and I remember that Ministry pretty much stole the show. And this concert I would never forget in my life because when Ministry hit the stage, people started throwing dirt. And there's nothing like going to a rock and roll concert when you see 1,000 people in a dirt fight. And I am not in any way over exaggerating. We had 1,000 people throwing dirt everywhere at this concert. It was bizarre. It was funny because when Ministry first hit the stage, they thought it was funny too, until the dirt started hitting the stage where they were at, and this, they were like scared that it was gonna screw up their equipment and whatnot. They could barely play because people were throwing dirt on stage and throwing dirt at themselves, and awesome. Okay, this concert, and this concert was filmed and on MTV. This is Alice Cooper back in 1986 at the what's this, Cobo? No, Joe Louis Arena. So maybe if you watch the video or DVD of Alice Cooper back in at the recorded video that he did back in 1986, you might even see me on the video. I'm probably like a little dot somewhere. Anyway, awesome show. Awesome show. And this is the concert I was front row at. No, it wasn't this one. Actually, it was another concert that I saw with Alice Cooper. And I was front row, and Alice Cooper chopped the head off some demon or whatever, and the blood got all over me. And believe it or not, I still have that coat that I saw Alice Cooper, and he did that. Okay. Now, this is an awesome show. This is, how much time I got? I got 7:23, 7:24, so I got a little time. Okay, this is Metallica and the Cult. This is an excellent show. The thing that was really cool about this show is when the Cult came on stage, someone had a big banner that said "The Cult sucks," and the lead singer of the Cult went out in the audience and grabbed the banner and from the guy who had it and ripped it up on stage. I thought that was really cool. Guys got a lot of balls. Okay, here's another one. Oh, this is the same thing. This is yeah, this is Alice Cooper too. This must be saw the Alice Cooper show August 31st, 1987 with a friend. So this is probably his ticket stub. Same concert. Okay. This concert is Living Color at the Michigan Theater back in 1993. Living Color, awesome band, awesome. One of the first black heavy metal bands to really hit it big back in the late 80s, early 90s. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna save this one for later because there's a story behind that one. Okay. Ooh, it's starting to run out of time already. This concert was called Operation Rock and Roll, and it had a lot of heavy metal bands there. I remember Motorhead was there, but the two I remember right offhand was the headliners, which is Judas Priest and Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper gets great shows, but at this concert, Judas Priest stole the show. I never saw a heavy metal band perform like Judas Priest. That band, Judas Priest, is awesome in concert. I was, actually surprised. I've always been a Judas Priest fan, but I was never so much of a fan where I was actually go out and see them in concert if they ever came. But after this concert, I was like, Judas Priest comes to town, I'll go check them out definitely. Okay, this is part 4, and guess what? I'm gonna have to make a part 5 because I have a couple of these left. Okay, so until then, love is the law. Peace.